Let's now shift our focus to India. The unrest near the national capital's borders continues. Today, agitated farmers planned a tractor rally. They moved towards Delhi, forming a tractor chain on several highways. Entry points into the capital remained sealed with barricades. What all happened on the ground and why are the farmers protesting? Here's a detailed report.
A tractor is a farmer's best friend on his farm. Today, Indian farmers use these very tractors to stage a protest. They beelined on highways leading to the national capital, forming a tractor chain. This included the Yamuna Expressway, Luharli Toll Plaza and Mahamaya Flyover. Protests took place in the districts of Meerut, Muzaffarnagar, Saharanpur, Baghpat, Hapur and Amroha. The entry point to Delhi remained heavily barricaded. The farmers parked their tractors in the left lanes of highways. In Meerut, the National Highway 58 at Mohiuddinpur was jammed by farmers and activists from the Bharatiya Kisan Union. This was in solidarity with the farmers demonstrating in Punjab and Haryana.
This is a new kind of protest activity that we are doing to get the government to hear our demands and stay relevant. We have to keep doing such innovative things so we are not forgotten by the government.
The police, however, blocked the farmers' tractor march at the Yamuna Expressway entry point. They were not allowed to carry out their rally on the expressway. Ahead of the tractor march, the Noida police had issued a traffic advisory for commuters. It had warned of massive traffic jams at multiple locations, including the Delhi-Noida border. Those commuting to Delhi were urged to take the metro. As we've reported earlier, the farmers want their demands to be heard and have asked for a legal guarantee for the minimum support price.
These 400,000 tractors are here, and 250,000 protesting farmers are also right here. The government must either give farmers a minimum support guarantee law based on the C2+50 formula.
This said formula states that the MSP should be 1.5 times the farmer's input costs. It was proposed by Indian agricultural scientist M.S. Swaminathan. Among other things, the farmers also want the government of India to pull out of the World Trade Organization. And why is that? Speaking on the WTO's criteria of subsidy, the farmers' union leader Sarwan Singh Pandhet said, and I quote, "The policy of the WTO is very bad for farmers. The WTO does not give rights to the farmers the way they do it. Now that America is giving subsidy of $8,500 annually to its farmers in the green box, our subsidy is 258 rupees. There can be no competition between the two. The government should take India out of the WTO." Earlier, the farmers took out a candle march after the death of farmer leaders amid the agitation. They also said that effigies of the World Trade Organization and the centre will be burnt. Tensions remain high. The government has been trying to talk to the farmer unions. There have been 4 rounds of talks so far, but no resolution has come out of them. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Are Gulf countries targeting Bollywood? I am being forced to ask this question. In 1 month, the Gulf has banned 2 Bollywood movies, Article 370 and Fighter. Now, just to make it clear from the start, I am not here to advocate on behalf of the makers of these films. I am here to do my job, which is to ask questions and get to the bottom of a story. So here's my question. Why is the Gulf banning Bollywood movies? Is this a silent war against one of India's biggest exports? Article 370, as the name suggests, is about the revocation of Jammu and Kashmir's special status. The lead character is a young field agent named Zuni Haksar. She is picked for a top secret mission and she needs to crack down on terrorism and corruption in Kashmir. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi had spoken about this movie during his visit to Jammu last week. He had said the movie may help people get Sahi Jankari, the right information. But as per Indian news agency ANI, Gulf nations have decided to ban this movie. Article 370 will not be screened in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman and Bahrain. Why? No explanation. Last month, Gulf nations except the UAE banned the movie Fighter. The movie is about Indian Air Force aviators. It showcases their camaraderie, especially in the face of threat from Pakistan. The movie was banned by most Gulf countries. In the past, these countries have also not allowed the release of a movie named The Kashmir Files. What's common between these movies? Kashmir and Pakistan. We get that Gulf countries cannot afford to have anti-Pakistan sloganeering at the cinema or, for that matter, pro-India hooting, let alone have people from both sides throw punches at one another. But here's the thing, people in the Gulf are more disciplined than that. Or so I would like to believe. A film will not become a threat to societal harmony or divisive, to say the least. If you have been to the Gulf, you would likely second me here. Indians and Pakistanis share neighborhoods in the Gulf. They share office spaces, social groups, meals, construction sites. So unless it is about not hurting the Pakistan army, the selective ban on Bollywood films does not serve a purpose in the Gulf. Here's another reason: piracy. People always find a way to read banned books or watch banned movies. It is the 21st century after all, the age of the internet, where nothing is off limits. So what is the point of censorship? Why deny people the cinema experience? Why deny Bollywood and the theatre some good business? Also, why deny the people a new perspective? Isn't that what movies offer? We understand bans resulting from cultural sensitivity or nudity. Gulf countries may not be comfortable screening a movie that challenges their cultural norms, but banning a movie that is based on a time in history is a bit much. Here's another reason. Article 370 is not anti-Pakistan. It is a story about India. Also, at the end of the day, it's a work of art. Even before the film rolls, the makers make it clear that the movie is only inspired by real events. It's not an unfiltered portrayal of real events. It is just a story set in the backdrop of the valley. The makers have taken the artistic liberty to fictionalize a lot of things. There are also facts that have always been out in the open, like the cross-border funding of stone pelters, or the revocation of Article 370 in order to open the gates for development and progress for Kashmir, to connect Kashmir to the world, set the stage for investment in Kashmir. Just last week, the Prime Minister said that Gulf countries are looking to pour their money in Jammu and Kashmir. So why is the Gulf now banning a film on Kashmir? For long, films have been a medium to tell a story about real-life events. For long, films have been based around real-life events. They have looked at history from a unique perspective and sometimes shown the audience what happened behind the scenes. Think Oscar-winning Life is Beautiful, The Imitation Game, Argo, which is the story of the 1979 Iran hostage crisis, Empire of the Sun, Patton. It tells the story of the controversial wartime American general George S. Patton. The West has for long used films as a medium to tell its side of the story. So why stop India? Why stop Bollywood? And at what cost? The Gulf is the biggest international market for Bollywood. Hindi classics like Satyen Bose's Dosti were played in independent theatres in the Gulf as early as 1960s. Over the years, Bollywood has branched out of theatres. It's everywhere, from billboards and award functions to ribbon-cutting ceremonies at swanky malls and theme parks. The Gulf loves Bollywood and Bollywood stars. Obviously, the large Indian diaspora has a role to play here. But a lot also has to do with the experience that Bollywood offers. The songs, the dance, the plots, the plot twists. People really like the mix. They like the wholesome Bollywood family drama. Many people in the Gulf, in fact, also want a share of Bollywood success. They are investing in Bollywood movies. Gulf companies are cashing in on Bollywood's popularity as well. Indian film stars are the faces of some of the biggest brands in West Asia. Dubai's builders have Shah Rukh Khan promoting their projects. Katrina Kaif is the brand ambassador of Etihad. Ranveer Singh promotes Abu Dhabi tourism. Deepika Padukone is the face of Qatar's namesake flag carrier, but her movie, Fighter, is banned in the Gulf. Where does it leave the goodwill of the brands associated with her? So who then is winning from these bans on Bollywood movies? Not the censors, not the people of the Gulf, not Bollywood. Then who? There is growing rage against stray dogs in India. Over the weekend, a 2-year-old girl was allegedly mauled to death. It happened in Delhi. Reports say the 2-year-old was outside her home, and that's when 4 to 5 dogs attacked her. She was dragged for several meters. The girl was rushed to the hospital, but she died. The child's parents are pointing the finger at some people in the neighborhood. The parents want strict action against those who feed the dogs. Now, earlier this month, a 10-year-old girl was mauled to death by a pack of 7 dogs. This was in Uttar Pradesh. The girl was grazing goats with a friend, and that's when the stray dogs attacked her. She was severely injured and later succumbed to the injuries. Now, the question is, who is to be blamed for these deaths? There is a growing online debate. Basically a clash between two sides. One wants stricter action against stray dogs, also possible action against those who feed stray dogs. And the other side wants to protect the stray. There is no right or wrong in this story. What there is a want for a sustainable solution. India's capital city records over 1,300 dog bites a month. In the year 2023, in fact, 27.5 lakh people were bitten by dogs across India. Among the many who died because of dog attacks in 2023 was Parag Desai, the head of tea company Wagh Bakri. Also, an 11-year-old autistic boy died from Kerala's Muzappilangar, and a toddler in Noida. Incidents like these have made parents scared. Many don't want to send their child out to play. And can you even blame them? Residents groups in societies are scratching their heads for a solution. How do you tackle this? Let's just start with the basics. Why do dogs bite? Experts will tell you a healthy dog bites because 1, they are in heat, or 2, they are with their litter and feel the need to protect their puppies, or 3, dogs bite when they feel threatened. Can you stop a dog from biting? When it comes to a pet dog, you can always muzzle them if you must feel the need to do that. But how do you go around muzzling stray dogs? Also, should you be doing that? So what's the solution? How do you stop dog bites? Experts suggest reducing stray population is a good starting point. As per rough estimates, there are 60 million stray dogs in India. The growing population makes it hard to monitor them. It also helps explain why India accounts for over 1/3 of the world's rabies deaths. We are looking at anything between 18,000 to 20,000 deaths every year. So how do you reduce the population of strays? Singapore and Japan have been able to check the population of strays by sterilizing dogs. How do you deal with the problem? Do you cull dogs? India allowed that until 2001, but now laws in India are more animal friendly, and rightly so. Compassion for animals is ingrained in the Indian constitution. Article 51AG states that it is the duty of every Indian citizen to, quote, protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, quote unquote. The solution does not lie in culling dogs or villainizing those who feed dogs, in victim blaming, or in shaming those who are concerned about the safety of their loved ones. Local authorities need to step in here. They must strike the right balance. They must ensure that animal rights are protected. Also, people's lives are protected. In the year 2023, the Kerala High Court held the state government responsible for ensuring that municipal bodies are conducting mass vaccination drives and also building shelters for stray dogs. Also last year, the Delhi High Court asked the local municipal body to take appropriate action to tackle the issue of stray dogs. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has held the state responsible for paying compensation in cases of dog bites. The court also gave details of the compensation, a minimum of 10,000 rupees per teeth mark and 20,000 rupees per 0.2 centimeter of wound. No amount of money can compensate for a young life, of course. Municipal bodies must ensure it does not come down to that.